bad happen to you, you're like, you want to literally give like the double middle finger.
100%.
Like it just like,
man.
Really? It's like everything happens for a reason. Your car broke down on the highway. Explain that to me, Peter. Everything happens for a reason. I'm not gonna dive into that one, but yeah, everything happens for a reason. It's to look at what you can do, where you're at, what you can learn, how you can grow, to change your thought circumstance. To believe that there is a purpose. It's going through the struggles I went through. Like we just talked about, I brought up in the last episode, the difference between religion and spirituality. It's hell. It's having gone through hell. It's what I've learned. It's there's I look at this visualization where it basically is like there's this key at the bottom of the ocean. And for some of us, we have to swim down really, 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 really deep to get it. That we have to go through a lot of pain, a lot of suffering. Some of the suffering I've learned has totally been my choice. That I didn't have to suffer. I certainly didn't have to suffer to the extent I did. That was all by my choosing, which I've learned sucked. You don't have to suffer like that. You can choose to not suffer, but it's your choice. But having gone to hell and come and back, having kissed death, and she is terrible. I know what it's like. We can create our own prison. It's just the fact that it's without having that faith and that hope that tomorrow will be better. It's what I believe causes so many people today to commit suicide. It's not having hope.
Yeah.
It's losing faith. It's being to the point of such darkness and despair. I'm going to read this little thing. My sister had given this to me, and it's a little placard I have on the mirror in my bedroom. And it reads, "The most beautiful people I know." It says, "The most beautiful people I know are those who have known defeat, known suffering, known struggle, known loss, and have found their way out of the depths. These people have an appreciation, a sensitivity, and an understanding of life that fills them with compassion and a deep, loving concern. Beautiful people do not just happen." Gave me goosebumps.
Yeah, that's pretty powerful, man.
That's from Roy Nicholson. He was a historian, lived 1896 to 1972. Wow. Beautiful people do not just happen.
Mm. Yeah.
I'm going to say it again. Beautiful people do not just happen. It's by faith. It's by the character they've developed. It's by showing up. You don't get there by winning the lottery. It's like the iceberg floating. All you see is a little top poking out. You don't see the mammoth piece of ice underneath that's floating. We miss that. That's why it's the eyes. They say the worst. If you're ever convicted of a crime, they say the worst form of identification is an eyewitness. They say it's the most unreliable. Our eyes fail us all the time, folks. What we see is not what's real. We were talking about this earlier, Dakota, before the camera started rolling.
Yeah.
Was the fact of how we do these things to ourselves. How it's like we take a situation, and it's the fact that it's like the camera's rolling, but it's the fact that what exactly is happening. And it's imprinted with your experiences, with your perceptions, with all these little things. Like two things can happen. We can both be watching the same thing, and yet the perspective is so different.
Right.
Yeah, we're seeing the same thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's how do you change the cameraman?
Right.
How do you change what you're filming?
Right.
How do you film instead of basically it happening to you? It happened for you.
Yeah.
Oh, no, I said it. It happened for you. Just think about that little dial twist.
There's a fine line with it, but if the thinking is correct, then it's really powerful. And I think the fine line is just simply knowing that it's God that's allowing it to happen for you because God's good. Because otherwise you're serving yourself. If you got that right, then a lot can happen for you.
And it's having that attitude, it's happening for me. It's like, okay, what am I to learn from this situation? So many things that have happened to me, that have been painful, that have happened over and over again, it's because I didn't learn the lesson God had in store for me. It wouldn't have had to happen so many times if I learned the lesson immediately. It's like getting answering the same question wrong on the test every time. Change your answer.
Right.
Oh my gosh, you change your answer. Things are that simple. The problem is we don't think they're that simple. We're human. We complicate things. We make 1 + 1 is 97.
Right.
It's not 2. It's too easy, Peter. It's 97. Because then you take this variable and that factor, the wind, and when you drop that, it's 97. It's not. It's 2. 1 + 1 is 2. But we literally, because of being human, because of our experiences, because of our perception, we've allowed these things to have such an impact on us. The fact that it's faith, it's just having that assurance that this is happening for you. It's to help you grow. It's to help you be better. So when you are going through something terrible, which we all do, it's life. It's life on life's terms. You can grow from it. It's like having been assaulted twice, having PTSD, having an arthritic back. It's like, I can ask why. There again, I can ask why not. What do I need to learn from it? Why I had to learn the Wim Hof breathing method to help heal myself from the inside. I've had to learn different things that I can share with you to hopefully help you learn something so that you can have a better today. That's what it's about. It's having a better today, because folks, that's all we got. All we have is today. There is no guarantee for tomorrow. So it's live your best life now. It's make your best decisions. It's have faith that God wants you to live an amazing, amazing life. It's funny. There's such a misnomer. I think it's fantastic, because I actually fell into it. Money is the root of all evil. No, it's not.
Right.
It's really not.
Love of money.
The love of money. There you go. That's it. It's the love of money. It's making money your God. That was my big problem. That's actually how I ended up getting sober, because I ended up losing my job. I got let go. And it was in that moment that I was like, all of a sudden, it was like I lost. That was my bottom. That was my moment of hopelessness, where it's like, holy cow. The elevator just dropped, and I was literally about to just fall through the elevator chute, and there was nothing there. And it was like, God, take this from me, and He did. And He did. And it was having that faith and assurance that it hasn't come back. That He's taken it from me, and I know that just for today, that I can live my best life now, that I can move forward in faith and in trust. And I can give up that victim mentality. And that's often what it is, that we suffer from a victim mentality. That instead of, we give the power to our weakness, to the dark side, to the evil ones. It's, instead of taking control and saying, God, what do you need me to see in this situation? What do you need me to learn from this situation? How can I grow to help someone else? How can I be a better me? How can I be the best me? How can I take what's happening right now to heal and grow? to start that. Basically, it's like the analogy was of every great tree started in a hole. It's like you look out at every magnificent tree, it started in a ditch, folks. So no matter where you are, today is your day to grow. Today is your day to blossom. Today is your day to be beautiful, because beautiful people do not just happen. So thanks for listening to another episode of HouseMoney.live. I'm Peter T. Cook. Make today amazing.